Hi, welcome back to Build to Fish. I'm Karry Batson. Today we're going to start wrapping a few guides here. Today we're going to start on the single foot guide, and we're using a pretty big thread so you can see it. It's a size D thread. I like to start wrapping over the top like this, making sure my thread's pretty secure, nice and tight, not too tight that it'll snap or damage your blank. I go ahead and wrap it around. Some people wrap it around twice. I'm just going to do the once here, snug it up, and then my twice here. And then I'm going to pull down a little bit. Kind of just cinches everything nice and tight for me. Bring it around. Burnish it. We're just doing a single thread wrap, no inlays here, so we'll just go ahead and complete the wrap. After about 5 or 6 times here, I like to cut the tag in, stays out of the way. Nice sharp blade's good. Use this tool, burnishing tool, just to help the thread over the foot. And when I mean flat, this is straight. Once you get up a ways, you know you're fairly secure. You can go ahead and pull your tape. I just apply a little pressure with my burnishing tool when I want to speed wrap it up. I don't have any inlays. Get it up to the guide foot where you're going to need another 4 or 5 wraps. I typically like to start or stop it right above the angle here. So you always want to put your pull through on the opposite side of the guide foot. And the reason being is you have the most tension on the thread when you pull this through that'll hold it. If you put your pull through here, it's really loose because of the height of the guide foot and is away from the thread. But when you bring it back here, you get your ultimate tension. So wrap over that 5 or 6 times at least. Okay. What I like to do is go ahead and hold my finger on the opposite side of the pull through here. I like to cut it down a little bit low so I have something to work through to push it through. Don't release tension until you go ahead and pull this through here, which I'll show you. I'll go ahead and cut down here. Sometimes it'll fray a little bit on the end when you do, so I just pull my finger over it, put through the hole. Takes a little bit of practice like that. And I'm holding tension here and pulling through here. And I'm making sure I'm pulling away from this side. If I pull it this way, it's going to want to go right up in here again in this tunnel, and then it's loose. Then it comes all apart. That's a trick to this. I like to do this. I like to pull, keep it pretty snug, and then I just cut right through. And that way the tag end's not flared out on the end. Just keeps things a little bit quicker in the finish process. And that's your single foot wrap. And now we're going to move on to the double foot. This happens to be a double foot ALPS guide, size 16. Nice thing about ALPS guides, they do have the sizes stamped on some of them, especially the double foots. The guide looks like it's very prepped well. Probably the manufacturers, they did a good job on this one. They do grind their feet, and if it is a colored guide, they'll plate them after grinding, which is nice, so you don't really notice it. Will give us a nice ramp up. When I do double foot guides, I typically start on the back foot. For the most part, the back foot feet on double foot guides are a bit longer, so that just lets me start the front foot correct length, and I'll show that as we go along. So we'll go ahead and start with this double foot here. Back foot. Again, we're going to wrap around here once. I can kind of see where it's going to go over the top, and I pull on it. I bring it around myself just twice. You can wrap it around twice before you do that process if it's secure, more secure for you. That's about 4 times there. Go ahead and straighten everything out. Go ahead and cut this right here. It's not so crucial to be really shortcut or any of that there, but because you are going to wrap over it. Now we're nice and straight there. We go ahead and take the tape off of this end. Everything looks pretty good. Move the thread carriage a little bit. It's good to have a little bit of angle here. Just helps burnish it, keeps it closer together. If you were farther over here, it'd make this gap. I'll go ahead and get my pull through started again. You're kind of in that 5 wrap zone there. You don't want to be going up this part at all with your thread wrap. You want to stop right flush so when you finish coat, everything's level. Again, opposite side of the guide foot. And we'll wrap over that 5, 6 times. Or more, it doesn't really make a lot of difference there. And that's about where I usually like to stop on my double foots. Again, put our pressure opposite of your pull through, cut down low on your thread, gives you something to work with. Poke through the hole there, grab it back through, hold tension here with the right hand, and then pull through till it's snug, and then you can go ahead and just let it go. Again, keep in mind, I did the pull through on the opposite side of the guide foot and pulled it towards me so it doesn't want to pull through in near this tunnel where there will be no more tension on that. Clean everything up before we do our cutoff here. Go ahead and do our cutoff. I like to bring the thread towards the razor blade and then just slice forwards. No tag ends here to deal with, nice and flush. Since it's a double foot, we'll have to wrap this other foot as well. What I like to do, I'm kind of picky on my length, not super necessary, but I go ahead and take my little sliding ruler here, measure it up. You can take this off. Sometimes it helps, so you can see. Lay it down flat. You don't want to lay it up here and measure it because, again, your thread's going to want to climb up. You want it to be fairly flat, and then I just take a scribe or a China marker if you want. I can just scratch this right here because I'm going to wrap over it. And you can see my small scratch here. That's where we're going to start. Do a quick wrap here. Again, same process, wrap it around. And pull it snug. There's 3 times, 4 times. Burnish it. Cut it. And wrap over it. And we're getting close here. Again, put your pull through on the opposite side. Same deal, cut it down low. Put it through the hole. Hold it down snug, pull it through. And it's nice and flush. And there's your double foot guide. These are both about equal for the most part. You had your trim bands on the end or what have you. All right, thank you for visiting us here. We got our double foot guides, single foot guides wrapped. Visit us on social media for more Build to Fish videos.